travel tonight? Are you feeling alright? And for us to round you, let's end only needles on the light. Are you feeling alright? Out in the clear, you have to stay open to all that you hear. And then far away, the hush of the crowd at the start of the play. Page by page, the story unfolds. Line by line, life's being told. Won't you pick up your pen and write yourself in? Just tell it the best that you can. Tell him the best that you can. Tell him the best that you can.
Good evening. It's so nice to be with you here at the Goshen Theater tonight. My name is Mike Talbot, and I am the storyteller. I love a great story. We all have our favorites. Within every universe, whether large or small, infinite stories play out. Some we experience personally and forget. Others we hold so dear that they become part of our entire being. These are the stories told over and over again. A story can take many forms. It can be written down for us to read. It can be told through spoken word, and as is the case in tonight's story, even within the lyrics of a song. My favorite characteristic of a story is that it lives and breathes and welcomes us in. We are all living our own stories. And tonight, I am part of yours, you are part of mine, and we are all about to become part of John Denver's. Follow me.
It's by far the hardest thing I've ever done, to be so in love with you and so alone. Follow me where I go, what I do and who I know. Make it part of you to be a part of me. Follow me up and down and all the way, all around. Take my hand and say you'll follow me. It's long been on my mind, you know it's been a long, long time. I'll try to find the way that I can make you understand the way I feel about you, and just how much I need you to be there where I can talk to you when there's no one else around. Follow me where I go, what I do and who I know. Make it part of you to be a part of me. Follow me up and down and all the way, all around you. Take my hand and say you'll follow me. See, I like to share my life show you things I've seen, places where I'm going to, places where I've been, to have you there beside me. I'll never be alone. All the time that you're with me, then we will be at home. Follow me where I go, what I do and who I know. Make it part of you, be a part of me. Follow me up and down all the way. Take my hand, say you'll follow me. Take my hand and say you'll follow me.
On the very last day of December in 1943, a blonde-haired baby boy by the name of Henry John Deutschendorf was born in Roswell, New Mexico. Well, since Henry preferred to be called John, I will of course oblige him from this point on. Now, John's father was a pilot in the U.S. Air Force, and his mother worked at the nightclub where they met. The Deutschendorfs were a military family, and military lifestyle demanded lots of travel. Because of this, John found himself growing up in quite a few historical hotspots, including Japan at the end of World War II and Alabama during the Civil Rights Movement. John's happiest memories began as a child when his family moved in with his grandparents on their farm in Tucson, Arizona. Their life was a cozy blanket, a shield from the outside world and turmoil. It was a place full of warm fires, conversation, love, and when the day was through, there was always the inviting comfort of Grandma's feather bed.
When I was a little bitty boy, just a ball on the floor, we used to go down to Grandma's house every month and or so. We'd have chicken by a country ham, homemade butter on the bread. Well, the best darn thing about Grandma's house was a great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 Lebanese and a whole roll of cloth for the tick. And it got old and kids and 4 out dogs and a piggy we had stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. After summer, we sit around the fire and the old folks spit and chew. Pa would talk about the farm and the war, Granny'd sing a ballad or two. Well, I'd sit and listen and watch the fire until the cobwebs filled my head. Next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 Lebanese, had a whole roll of cloth for the tick. It got old 8 kids and 4 out dogs and a piggy we had stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Love my mom, love my pa, love Granny, Grandpa too. Fishing with my uncle, I wrestle with my cousin, I even kissed Aunt Lou. Ooh, if I ever had to make a choice, guess it ought to be said that I trade them all, sing out down the road for Grandma's feather bed. Well, maybe not the gal down the road, John said. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 Lebanese, had a whole roll of cloth for the tick. And it got old 8 kids and 4 out dogs and a piggy we had stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Well, John loved the desert. He found solace in its peaceful landscape. But as most 11-year-old boys do, John had a bit of a reckless streak, which he proved by breaking his arm when he tried to fly off a neighbor's roof. Well, his grandmother and mother knew that they had to kind of keep him preoccupied that summer so that his arm would heal. So they devised a plan. Grandma gave John her old guitar, and his mom taught him lessons. Obviously, he took them seriously. You know, he played that old guitar his whole life and was even cremated with it upon his passing. This old guitar taught me to sing a love song, taught me how to laugh and how to cry. It introduced me to some friends of mine and brightened up some days, helped me make it through some lonely nights. What a friend you have on a cold and lonely night. This old guitar brought me my lovely lady, opened up her eyes and ears to me. It brought us close together, and I guess it broke her heart. It opened up the space for us to be. What a lovely place and a lovely space to be. This old guitar gave me my life, my living, all the things you know I love to do. To serenade the stars that shine on the sunny mountainside. Most of all, to sing my songs for you. I love to sing my songs for you. Oh, yes, I do. I love to sing my songs for you. Have you ever been inspired by nature? I have. John adored nature in all its wondrous glory. He not only honored it within the poetry of his lyrics, he lived to be its champion. Now, in every great story, there's just a little magic and mystery, and this one is no different. You see, John was sitting in his favorite spot in the desert. It was a giant rock in front of 3 eucalyptus trees he could see out. And he'd go there whenever he wanted some peace and quiet. And one day he was sitting, meditating in the silent sun, when all of a sudden he had a vision of the future. He could see himself clearly building a place where people would come to learn to care about the earth. That day changed him forever. With a determined heart, he began his journey forward.